Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Abroad with Susana. Today, I have a lovely guest. It's my first time I have a conversation with, with somebody else, with another coach. This time is Monica Sosa. She is a health coach. Recently, well, not recently, but because she's been doing this for many years. But I met her because we were living together in Amsterdam. We were both expats, and she will tell you her life herself. But I just want you to understand how living abroad may have an impact on our health, especially sometimes because of the change of our diet. We might gain some weight, and that is not our intention. So that might affect us well in our confidence. And we linked that experience, that bad experience, because it's not our main goal to gain weight. We link that bad experience with living abroad as a bad choice for us. So today I'm going to have a conversation with Monica, and she will provide us, she will tell us about herself and what she does as a health coach, who is she helping to, and some tips when we live abroad, and what can we do with our diet living abroad. So without further ado, Monica, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this in English, because we are not native English, as you can sense, as you can hear.
No, that you say that.
We're not, but we're going to try our best to do this in English. So first, Moni, just introduce yourself a little bit so people know more about you.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm so happy, so excited to be here with you. It's like so fun. Yeah, we are. I mean, English is not our our language, and also I think that it's always weird to speak English with you, Susana. Right?
Eh,
So yeah, we have to say that, but it's also so fun. And I'm so excited to be here, happy to share my story. Well, Susana and I, we met 12 years ago now, Susana. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
first time that I moved, I'm from Mexico. Now I live in Boston. But the first time that I moved to the Netherlands with my family. My kids were so young, my four kids. And well, one, I was really, really lucky, I have to say, blessed, lucky. And yeah, uh, that Susana was my first friend. It's like so lucky me to be with Susana at the beginning of my adventure in the Netherlands. And then we moved, well, I'll just say my story. Then we moved to, we lived there in the Netherlands 3 years. Then we
Mhm.
moved to New York, and we stayed there 6 years, and then Boston. Now 5 years in Boston. So yeah, it's like time is
Yeah, 5 years
time.
in Boston.
Yes.
So, Moni, tell us, why did you choose to become a health coach?
Mhm. Well, and mainly all the all my life. I mean, since living in Mexico, I found out that in my health, it was like so important to take care of my food. It was like I developed an arthritis when I was so young, and
Mm.
with some changes in my diet, I realized that I was feeling better. So I was like so intense into this, and so also I had this. I thought that also I always had this tendency to gain weight so easy. So it was like I love to cook. I love to eat. I love to understand the relation of the food in the body. So I get like so passionate about it. And when I moved from Mexico to the Netherlands, I have to say that that is something very important. I was so excited about that movement. Super excited. Me, my husband, and my kids. We were like, super excited and happy
Yeah.
and looking forward to it. And it's like it was like the adventure of our life. So that, I mean, what we really what it really happened to us, that experience was beautiful, amazing, life changing, and as it's not because I'm with you, but it's always my true story, that having this uh, friendship with you and our or other two
Another
two
two,
friends.
another two.
It was
Yeah,
a
four.
beautiful community, Hispanic community, but we got like a very special group of friends.
Yeah.
That was our family. So now I understand that that space that we create, that family that we create, that bonding, it was so healthy for us. So
Yeah.
my time in the Netherlands was great. All my story, of being dieting and having all this issue of I'm gaining weight, it was like not that story in the Netherlands. I thought that
Mm.
it was because of the food. Maybe also I have to say that I think that my group of friends now in the Netherlands, you, and I will say the names, Isaskun and
Yeah.
Karina, they were like not people who were struggling with the weight. So it was not something that we were talking about. We were not worried about. And
Mm.
that was a very different environment for me. So in that time, I was like, I didn't have any issue with the weight. I was like always joking, I think, that I was always feeling big, right? You can remember that? Like, and also, well, I was like the biggest, we can say that, right? Like
No,
we
it's
were having us.
just to let you know, lovely people. Monica is tall, and that's it. And Karina and I were petite, and then of course she felt like she was the big one, but she's not big. It's just she was tall. That's
Yeah,
it.
well, that's something that I have always in my mind, that I'm like big and huge, and
Yes.
you know that. But well, talking about and this topic, I mean, the weight and the health in the Netherlands, honestly, my time was great, super healthy. It was an amazing time. Then when
So you
I
think
moved,
because
mm,
sorry to interrupt. You think because your mindset was not focused on the weight all the time, but instead of enjoying your time in the Netherlands, enjoying the moment, to meeting new friends, the adventure of the unknown, and to make the big experience out of it. So then your focus was out of the gaining weight or the weight, so you could enjoy more your life there, right? That was the experience for you.
yes, I now that I'm sharing the story and that I can see the story back, definitely that was something very important. And I think that sometimes we just don't pay attention to those details.
Mm,
Like,
mm,
so I had like the perfect environment. My
mm,
kids were like, all of them, they were so happy there. My
mm,
husband was enjoying his work. We were like having the time of our life, and we were traveling, and
mm.
we were having this family, and our relationship, uh, because of the specific circumstance of the style of the school, we were like so close. We were like sisters in a very
Yeah,
short time. We were
yeah,
like sharing everything. It was like,
absolutely, absolutely. So
yeah,
then, what happened when you moved to New York?
yeah.
What was your
So
experience?
so then when I moved to New York, first my husband told me that we were moving to New York, and my first answer, I didn't want to move. So I start with that. I didn't want to left the Netherlands, because for me it was like when we moved to the Netherlands, the idea was 3 years and then coming back to Mexico. So it was like an adventure. So I just wanted to. And when he told me we're going to US, I thought also for me as Mexican, the US in that moment was not something attractive for me. It's like in the Netherlands, it's like being a Mexican is like super attractive and then
Exotic.
exotic, and it's like, but it's like okay to, and also I didn't want to leave you. I have my super group of friends. I didn't want to leave the experience. My
Mhm.
kids didn't want to move. That was also a very important point, and they were like of them were like in a very interesting ages, getting
Yes,
teenagers, and
challenging
also
ages. Mm.
I had this idea that in the United States, everyone gets fat. I had that idea in my mind. That was in my mind. And all of, not everyone, but there were a lot of people telling me, really? Are you going to the US? Oh, they eat terrible there. Like the idea that I was creating in my mind about New York, that I have to stay. I mean, I now I love the US. I love living here, but that was my idea. That was the only idea that I had. That I like. I don't want to move. Uh, it's super unhealthy. Like all those ideas, I was just making them super big. That was
Yeah.
the main thing that was in my mind. And also, one of my daughters, especially one of my daughters, didn't want to move. She was like mad and really suffering. I understand that now. Well,
Yeah.
also there,
Yeah.
but it's not the same circumstance. So I moved to New York, and, having there, I think was like 3 months living there. I gained 7 kilos, and then like 3 months, like so I just
So
start,
quick.
uh, of course, eating a lot because I was thinking the food here is terrible, the portions are huge. Honestly, the food is wonderful. The
Yeah.
portions, I
It's
mean,
your
it's
choice.
exactly,
There
it's
are a
like
lot of choice.
it's absolutely your choice, of course, because then I lost the weight also living there. But in my mind, and I want to point that it's like the circle that I was like just creating. My mind was like, I'm gonna gain weight. Life here is so hard. It's super unhealthy. My daughter was suffering. It's like the circumstances were like horrible. I was like into this mood, and I was, of course, afraid and sad of leaving my friends. And so it was very different. And I was just in this circle. So then I was overeating. I was, now I like what I really, really found out with the, thanks to all this experiencing and all the cycles where I was just so into them. I learned that I didn't know how to, um, uh, how you say, process my emotions. It was like I was just avoiding everything and buffering, just
Yeah, just
eating.
eating.
So I
Yeah.
was in that circle. I was like eating healthy food, super focused, and because I was so afraid of gaining weight. So I was, and honestly, like in the US, going into these Whole Foods or all these
Yeah.
markets where you have like all the, I mean, a lot of food. I was just buying everything super healthy, but I was overeating healthy food. So I continue gaining weight. Then I develop a rosacea. You remember that? I
Yes, I do
wanted to
remember that.
I wanted to hide. I didn't want to know anyone. I didn't want to have friends. I didn't want to show up anywhere. Like I was, but I can see now, not judging myself, just learning. It's like I was
Yeah.
just creating more and more and more that circle. So thanks. Well, I was like really down, and then the kids were. I mean, my daughter was, she was having a very bad time, so we
Yeah.
were all of us just in
Struggling.
this.
Yeah.
this.
Mm.
Then, well, I look for help, and I start studying, like trying to find what to do. Okay, I'm doing something bad with my food. I was like studying more about healthy food. Then I did a lot of things. I quit sugar.
You
Then I certified that health coach. Yeah.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
Is that when you find did you wanted to find a health coach for that to help you, or were you doing that on just on your own, like
Yes.
searching?
No, I start searching in that time. I think, uh, I think that there were not like a lot of options. Like, well, yes, just to study. Or for me, I was like more curious to study to help myself. And then also, I think that I always had, I mean, since Mexico and then in the Netherlands in different ways, this passion of helping women in,
Yeah.
first it was fashion, then food, and then image, always doing different
Yeah.
things. But when I, well, I was so curious to find out what like the best food, or if it's the sugar of how to quit
Mm.
sugar. So I did a lot of changes as health coach, and it was helping me, really helping. I was feeling better, but I continue struggling with the weight.
Mm.
I was having like a better time. I have beautiful group of friends. I start like enjoying New York because New York is beautiful, and
Yes,
exactly, I was like
reality.
having better time. But I was I was struggling with my weight and how I was feeling, and so then I have a life coach. She helped me to work. She helped me especially with all the emotion process, to learn how to process my emotions. Uh, so with that, I learned that I was eating like super emotional eating. Yeah, I
Mhm.
was eating just because of my emotions, and that really changed my life, because I start losing weight. It was like so easy to lose the weight that it was like for me impossible living in the US.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then of course I was like super, yeah, I was, everything changes for me. Like I just start enjoying more my life, and being like more, everything changed when you move, and just
Yeah.
accepting my new life, my new circumstances. It's a really, every change really impact. So
Yes.
just
It will impact
accepting
us.
everything. Mhm.
But the good thing is that you did ask for help to a professional, with a professional health coach. So not you realize that your relationship with the food started even before you moved to the Netherlands or the States. So in the Netherlands was fantastic because your environment helped you not to focus much on the negativity of the food. But then when you moved to the States, together with the fact that in your brain you had this idea that, oh, I'm going to eat super bad, so you only were looking for evidence to reassure that idea that you have in your brain. Oh, I'm going to eat very bad. So hence, you look for bad food. So and then is a terrible cycle. So until you stop and realize that you were not going through the right path, that you were not satisfying with your body, with your mental health, you couldn't help with your children, or you were seeing everybody kind of struggling, then you ask for help to a health coach, a professional one. And that's when you realize, oh my goodness, it can be so easy instead of doing it so difficult, just changing my mindset, right? Changing my mindset, and everything felt into place. Like everything flows from there. Like not only you lose weight, but your rosacea left, and then you're starting having friends and enjoying your life in New York. Because come on, let's accept people. It's a fantastic place to be with, to be in. It's really amazing that so many opportunities you have to meet people, to experience life in there, right? So, and as you said, it's not true that the idea that was in your brain that in the States is only bad food. You can have, again, a lot of choices of really healthy food. So it's not about just keeping your healthy diet, but as well the the quantities that you eat, because then you notice that it was more emotional eating. So everything is completely linked to one another. So
Absolutely.
interesting, Monica. So
Yeah, and
interesting.
also we can say, okay, that's your story because the US, but you and me, we know that we have friends, we know people who moved to the Netherlands hating the Netherlands, and
Yes,
they just
yes,
don't enjoy it. It's not
yeah.
about it's not the country, it's the
No,
mindset.
it's the
so
mindset.
so
Absolutely.
it
Yeah,
can sounds like
yeah,
crazy or so easy. Yeah, yes,
yeah.
and
It
it's
can
not
happen.
easy.
Yes, it can happen to anyone moving to anywhere, because I have been in
Exactly.
many countries as well myself. And when people ask me, what is your favorite country? Which is, you know, it's not about the country, it's about the stage you are in your life at that moment. It could happen the same thing, having a good experience or a bad experience in one country or another. And it's about where are you right now, like mentally and emotionally in that process. And then the change might trigger some beliefs that you have, that then you spiral even down or up. That is only the trigger, but it's not the cause. The cause is in your mind.
Exactly, and this is like the good news that we can share. It's not.
Exactly.
I mean, you can just change your mindset. Work on your mindset. It's not easy,
Yeah.
and it's not like magic.
No,
You have
and
to
it's very
work on it.
immediate. It's very
Exactly.
immediate. You need to keep
Exactly.
working on it. Yes, yes.
But be aware and just try, or just try to understand what's your mindset. Or you can look at the stories, like
Yeah,
as I
yeah,
was now sharing, like we were super excited. We were just, I can say, I mean, I was like so lucky to have these friends. I was so open. I was
yeah.
so open to have these friendships. Maybe if my attitude or my mindset was like, oh my God, I don't want to know anyone. I don't like people that is not from Mexico. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like we can say we are lucky. Of course, there's luck or something else,
And
but
it is.
our mindset is like we just create what we have in our mind. So yeah, sometimes, and it's just good to ask this question for ourselves. If I'm having a difficult time, it's it's really hard. I mean, a movement, it's
Yeah.
something hard. It really, because uh, just leaving a family or leaving a group of friends or
It
yeah, adjusting kids, it's like it's hard. It's really hard.
is.
But
It is.
we can make it harder with our mindset
Exactly.
or
Exactly.
easier with our mindset. Right? That's the good news.
Yes. So, Monica, just to wrapping this kind of conversation that we're having, because we can we can keep talking for really long.
Yeah, that's dangerous with us.
So, provide us with 3 tips that you have learned with your certification as a life coach, but as well as your personal experience with this relationship with the food and relationship with the mindset, living abroad, or as well living abroad and relationship with the food, like everything together.
Yes. So, well, I thought in this in 3 tips to share because,
Okay.
well, about food and about healthy food and tips and to drink water and to sleep, and I mean all these things that to make exercise, that like there's plenty of tips that there's no new. I mean, we know that there are a lot of things that we can do as as life coach and also as my experience, because after that experience I was like so passionate to help everyone who was struggling with the weight and who was saying, "Oh my God, I can't lose weight." I was like, "No, you can't. Just
You
we have to just work on your mindset." So an advice that 3 tips that I can share for anyone who is suffering because you move and you're maybe gaining weight or not feeling healthy, struggling with your health. It's the tip is like make a triple W W list, the triple W list. Okay,
Yes.
let's say,
Good.
Susana. Let's see if it's understandable. Is that a word?
Will. It will. It
Okay,
will.
let's
Tell
go.
us.
Let's go.
Tell us.
Because it's, I normally I share tips in Spanish, and this is so fun. So let's do it.
It is fun. It is
Yeah.
exciting.
So
Exciting.
for me, yeah. So for me, honestly, something that really helps me is like to write, like to journal. It's like it's therapeutic. It's like good time just to. And as I was sharing, I didn't know how to process my emotions, and that's all the secret. Like that's all about.
Exciting.
So I advise you to make 3 lists, the triple W list. First list, make a list of the why did you say yes? Why did you say yes to that movement? Like you say they yes because of some reasons. Like
Yes. I always
y-
share that. Start with your why. Why did you
exactly,
choose to move? Because it's a choice, right? And you said yes
exactly.
to that choice.
Yeah,
Why?
because it's a great opportunity, because it's gonna be an amazing experience. Make that list, make a long list, and you can exaggerate, like find more exciting reasons, and have the
Yeah,
list with you,
yeah.
because our brain sometimes like make. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like
It
it
gets
seems
foggy.
like we
It gets
forget it.
foggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you forget your why.
Yes.
So
So
why to make a list of the reasons why did you choose to move? Good.
exactly, and have
As
that list
long
with you.
as it can go.
Exactly. If you want to, or you can make like a vision board, whatever you want, but have that list with you and make it long. Like have that list.
Good.
Second W is the welcoming all feeling list. Like welcoming all feelings list. This list is like this is gonna be an open list. You have space, but have this list with you. It's like just do it. You're not losing anything. Just do it and try
Really?
it for a week. And then you'll tell me or tell Susana. Like if one day you're feeling sad, just write
Sad.
feeling sad. Sadness. It's like in one moment you feel joy. Write down joy, excitement, loneliness, uh, fear,
Confused. Yeah.
whatever. It's like just
Excited. Yeah.
writing them is like the first for me is like I didn't do that. I didn't. It's like no. It's not good to feel fear. It's not good to be sad. It's like I don't. I'm not. I'm never. I'm super positive. I don't want to feel sad. Like
No.
we are
Always.
humans.
Yes.
So just welcome all the emotions and just writing on your how are you feeling. It's a beautiful way to process them. And
Yeah.
also you write them down. And it's like okay, well, it's not
Yeah.
forever. It's not
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah. Because
So
yeah, maybe at the end of just writing it, it starts fading away if it's that bad. It's like, okay, well, maybe I'm not that sad. Yeah. Because
exactly,
something else
exactly.
is coming and exciting. Yeah.
And I'm welcoming it because I'm
Good.
human. And
Yeah.
also, it's like, expect them. Why not?
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
why not? It's like, we are
Yeah.
humans. It's
Good.
like,
Yeah. It's
just
good.
be
You're
open to
really
this. So, this
yeah.
is the second list, a very important, an open list. Do it, have it, like, have
Welcome.
the space. Welcoming all feelings list. You think that is clear? That, okay.
Very, very clear. You do this daily, right? Every time you have
Daily. Yes,
that
you have it with you.
overwhelming feeling, you write it down. Good.
Exactly. And then the third list is going to be the what do I really need list. What do I really need? Because for me, it was like, well, first, I was not processing, I was not naming my emotions, not at all. I was sad and I was nostalgic and I was I experiencing fear and sadness and I was just eating my emotions. So it was like, okay, we need food, yes, we need water, we need sleep,
Deep
we need I mean, we really need that, right? But
as a human being,
what
yes.
do I really need? And I'll tell you, I mean, as health coach, this is like the main food that nutrition that we focus on is like the spiritual. We also need like something that fits our spirit. Everyone, we are different, but we need that. The part that's something that fits our movement.
Yeah. Activity.
What
Yeah.
exactly? So make your list. What do you really need, or what do you want to try? Relationships. It's another need that we really have. If you're not having friends, if you're not having a conversation, if you are doing nothing to have friends, just try something or call your family or your friend from far
Yeah.
away like
Yeah.
but what do I really need? We need this spiritual food. We need movement, we need relationships, and we need also like something to do like a career or a hobby, something like a purpose of life. It's like yeah, we are mothers, we are wives, we are but something for you. So
Yeah.
I
I
think
love that because I always say that I want to focus in 4 areas in our lives. And this is exactly what you say. It is the health, the self, or which is the relationship with the spiritual, the social, and the wealth. Because you always need something that is providing you with more value, that you provide the value and it is a purpose that you have in life. It's not just to be the one who is helping the others, which is good, or supporting the others, but something that is only for you. that you create yourself and you're providing that to others, right? That
yeah.
service to others. Yes, yes. But it's
So,
fulfilling you.
and for
Yeah,
me, and I want to share you. I mean, I have a moment. You know that I have a movement now. I have a like a big, a beautiful community. I'm helping women to lose weight,
yeah.
and we use this list of what do I really need. We consider them as our snacks, like our
Yes.
really satiators. That's a
Yes.
word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is,
Okay,
yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
really nurturing
Yeah.
snacks.
That
So
fulfills you. Yeah.
we make a list and we start like, and also sometimes I think when I listen sometimes to these tips, like okay, make a list, and it's like, oh my god, I mean, do
Yeah.
it, just try it.
Do
It's
it.
like it's
It's amazing the power of it. Yeah. So
exactly
the
just
three lists, just to recap, the three lists is just start with your why. Why did you choose, in this case, to move? And then welcome all your emotions, write them down. The moment you have them, write them down. These are three lists, right? The why, the welcoming, and then the last is the, how did you know it?
what do I really need?
What do I really need? What is the what do you really need?
Yeah,
Exactly. What do I really need in these four areas? Because sometimes food is just, a solution for an emotion that I'm having, which is not what you need right now. You don't need that snack. You don't need that food. You maybe need a conversation with a friend. That is
exactly.
what you're lacking. And then
Yeah, or maybe you really need food, but it's like nobody is like we're like sometimes just searching all this or trying everything in the story of someone else. Just take a time with yourself and
for
ask
you.
you these questions and answer, because and trust in yourself that you'll find what you really need, because
Yeah,
we all are different, and
yeah,
the circumstances that we're living, that maybe we need to, yeah, to spend more time with the husband or with a kid or just with ourselves, or yeah, so
yeah,
we know what we really need, but we have to ask these questions to
yeah.
ourselves. So yeah, just take a moment and go to a coffee, listen this video again, take notes and do your list.
Yes, do the three lists, lovely people. Do it because they are very, very healthy and
Yeah.
very helpful. Monica, thank you so much for today. I love this conversation. We could keep going and going and going. And my lovely people, if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. And I promise you, I will bring back money sometimes soon. And yes, if you have any comment or you want to Monica or myself to answer you some of your questions, please let us know. Give it, leave the comment in the section down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, bye, bye.
Yay,
Thank you very much, Moni.
thank you, Susana.
Bye.